Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. Before I get into today's episode, just want to thank everybody for supporting the channel. I'm pushing to 3,000 subscribers. So if you guys do enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe. So I haven't posted a video in a few days. I woke up Saturday and had laryngitis, and by Saturday night, lost my voice completely. It's still not fully back, but I didn't want to go 3 days without making a video. So here we are. I wanted to do a quick recap on Jimmy Butler's return to the Miami Heat. Played against the Miami Heat last night. Warriors lost 86 to 112. Big game for the Miami Heat. And it was an interesting game. Jimmy Butler didn't really perform too well last night, which we can get into. And before the game, leading up to the game, Jimmy Butler was saying this is just another game that he wants to try to win, obviously, for his new team. He also said that there was no way that I was the cause of all of this, of all the shenanigans before the trade. He said there aren't no hard feelings. I'm in a better place now for me, and continued success to those guys over there. Jimmy Butler did get a tribute video before it was known that there was going to be a tribute video. He was asked if he cared or not, and he said no, I could care less if they give me a tribute video. So Jimmy Butler was acting like he didn't care. He was being distant, and yeah, it's a tough situation seeing Jimmy Butler come in to the Kaseya Center wearing a Golden State jersey after those 5.5 years with the Miami Heat, and taking us to the finals twice. Like, those runs were epic and historical, and there was a mixed bag of emotions with fans. It feels like 50% of the fans were cheering Jimmy Butler, gave him a standing ovation after the video. Half the fans were booing throughout the game. Every time Jimmy Butler touched the ball, you can hear the boos. So it was a mixed bag. And I was upset with Jimmy Butler that, he left and that requested a trade. But I'm also upset with the front office for how they handled the situation and building the team around him in these 5 years. And so there's a lot to blame on, the Heat organization front. But Jimmy Butler just kind of tarnished his value and quit on the team essentially. But he did enough good where I value Jimmy Butler, and I don't take it for granted what he did for this Heat organization. I might be in the minority. Like, if you look at Heat Twitter, it's a mix. I know my boy Major Passons agrees with me. We're still rooting for Jimmy Butler. There's a few others, but a lot of folks hate Jimmy Butler and they're not willing to root for him. I'm not willing to root for him against the Heat. Like, obviously I wanted the Miami Heat to win last night, but I wouldn't be upset if he won with the Golden State Warriors, because obviously the Miami Heat are not going to contend this season. They're 10th in the East. They just won 2 games in a row after losing 10. So they're 31-41. So they're still 10 games below 500. They have 10 games left. The Chicago Bulls, surprisingly, are still ahead of them by, it looks like, a game and a half or so. And it looks like we're stuck either at 9 or 10. So either way, we're going to have to win 2 games to get to the playoffs. If we're the 10th seed, we have to win 2 road games. If we're the 9th seed, we get 1 home game, and then you get a road game. So it is what it is. But for tonight, this Miami Heat team came out with a ton of energy. Obviously, it was an important game for them to spite Jimmy Butler. And they were able to do it. I know Steph Curry didn't play, so there is an asterisk. Like, obviously, that's a huge deal that Steph Curry, their best player, was out. So would the Miami Heat have won if Steph was playing? Who knows? Probably not, honestly. Like, the way the Golden State Warriors have been playing since Jimmy's been there, and since Jimmy's been playing with Steph, he's been incredible, and so is Steph. But huge win. I mean, the Miami Heat dominated, and the story of the game was threes. The Heat were 17 for 25. They shot 68%. The Warriors shot 9 for 38, which was 24%. That's game, set, match. The Heat had more turnovers. They did have 4 more rebounds, but the Warriors play small ball. And so they had Draymond, guarding Bam at the beginning. Bam was guarding Jimmy in the beginning of the game, and he looked really good both ways. But yeah, like, free throws, we were only 9 for 12. But we shot just lights out from 3, and that was it. But it was a big game for the Miami Heat, a lot of emotions in the arena. Jimmy Butler, quiet game, 5 for 12 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. He had 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. He only had 2 points at halftime. So he wasn't able to carry this team without Steph. The starters were horrible for the Warriors. Brandon Podziemski eventually found his rhythm in the second half, but he had 14 points, and that was it. No one else had double digits. The bench dominated in that second quarter. They had 30 points at halftime for the Warriors, which kept them afloat. So they had good performances from Santos, Kuminga, Buddy Hield. But either way, the Miami Heat defeated the Warriors in Jimmy's return. And the big issue that Miami Heat fans have had, and I have it too, quite frankly, is after the game, Jimmy Butler just went straight to the tunnel. He didn't talk to any of the Miami Heat players. Before the game, he was hugging Kevin Love and he was talking to Alec Burks, I believe. Burks is, this is his first year on the team. He's a new player. Kevin Love, he's been on the team now for what, 3 seasons now? I think this is his, or 2.5 seasons. And he's showing love to Kevin Love, which is fine, but he doesn't talk to Jimmy or to Bam Adebayo. He doesn't talk to Tyler Hero. He doesn't talk to Haywood or Duncan or anybody else on this roster, the coaching staff, Coach Quinn, Caron Butler, Eric Spoelstra. So he didn't do any of that before the game, but then after the game, he just leaves. And I don't understand, it doesn't piss me off completely, but it's like when he was going through the trade request, he got finally traded, he said, this wasn't about my teammates. I still rock with them. I still ride with them. This was about the front office. If that was the case, you went through the trenches with Bam Adebayo. You went through the trenches with Tyler Hero, kind of. Why don't you go and dap up Bam? Don't you have some brotherhood for taking a 8th seed with Bam Adebayo all the way to the finals? You didn't get it done ultimately. And I know you were saying that Heat culture is not a real big thing, so you're kind of throwing the organization under the bus to a certain degree, but also saying you have respect for them is a contradiction. So why? I know Andrew Wiggins didn't request a trade. He was the one who got traded unexpectedly to a certain degree. He went to his teammates after the game and was hugging Steph and Draymond and Gary Payton Jr. and talking to Steve Kerr, having a great time. And yes, Jimmy asked for a trade, so you don't need to go talk to Mickey. There's Pat's not on the court. You don't need to talk to Nick Harrison. You don't need to talk to Adam Simons. Why can't you go just say what's up to Bam, to Duncan, to Tyler, to all the guys basically that you've been playing with for 5 seasons? It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. It's not the end of the world. I'm thinking it's still fresh. He just got traded 6 weeks ago, so it's still fresh in his mind that he's upset at the organization. And yeah, I don't know. I just didn't love that he didn't go say what's up to his friends, but I'm sure he will next season. Obviously, once more time passes. But anyway, that's all I have for this episode. Losing my voice, as you can tell right now, so I'm going to hop off. But anyway, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.